and welcome to Watch What Crappens, the podcast about all the crap we love to talk about on ye old bravs. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben. Ben, hello. Welcome to your show.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's going on with you today, sir?
Just here, ready to recap some RHONY, which on the Beverly Hills recap that we did, I proclaimed that I loved this episode, and I was like, well, surely everyone else did too. And now I found out that maybe I'm alone on this one. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that I loved it. I'm shocked that I'm alone on it.
Well, you know what? Joy is something that you should never let anybody take away from you. You hold on to that joy and you remember what it felt like. Good for you. You know, I love people enjoying things.
Thank you.
So it's like when I'm at a steakhouse and I just look around and everybody's just got blood dripping down their mouths. They're enjoying that steak. You go, people. I'm happy for you. So everybody, welcome to the show. We are going on tour next month. We're so excited. Come see us. It's called the Mounting Hysteria Tour all across America and a little bit of not America. Go check it out over at watchwhatcrappens.com. We've got some tickets coming up soon that aren't for sale yet for Texas, Charlotte, Vegas, I think, is not for sale yet. So we'll talk about those as they become available. But in the meantime, go get other tickets. Also, you can give the gift to Patreon now. Do it. That's where you get videos like this one. Hello. And bonus episodes we're talking about sold on Salt Lake City right now on bonus episodes. Those recaps are going to be something. They're going to be a treat. I'm telling you that right now. They're a treat.
Absolutely. Love that show. I want more people to watch it.
Watch it, guys. Good. Nobody's watching it. We're asking you kindly, okay? Go fucking watch it. Or die unhappy. So here we are with the Real Housewives. That was dark for Christmas, right? Also,
yeah, it's okay.
Christmas music. Can we not infantilize every woman who sings a Christmas song? I was in the Home Goods last night, and there was like, it's like, you're 50. Would you stop singing like that? Why are you singing a baby voice? Stop it. I can't take. It's like Brynn is singing every Christmas song right now in the Home Goods. Stop it.
That's really disturbing. So anyway, today we are
How
here.
do non-Christians feel? Do you feel attacked in Home Goods at Christmas time? It's assault.
I love Christmas
It's assault
music.
on the ears, and I'm from a Christian life, but it's just like constant, never ending.
I love Christmas music. I think it's really fun. I feel more assaulted by the trend over the past 15 or maybe even 20 years to only give us Christmas music that you would hear in Crate and Barrel. Like there was a time when Christmas music was fun and it was like very pop music-y. That's why, I mean, we keep listening to All I Want for Christmas Is You and like Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart. That's because in the 70s and the 80s, people tried to actually make fun Christmas music, and now everything sounds like Michael Bublé versions. And I don't want to feel like I'm walking around Crate and Barrel every single time I go to a Christmas party or anywhere I go in any mall. Come on, can we get like some music that's not jazzy? Can we just get like fun pop Christmas music again? Thank you.
Yeah, no, but they do now. I was just going to tell you they've changed it because for the past few years, it's always, I've been like, is there no new Christmas music? I mean, what the hell? But this year, it's all, I mean, I haven't heard it. It's all like new stuff. It's like new pop songs. There's like hundreds of Christmas songs now that are new. And they're just like, most of them are insipid and making me crazy. They all have the same jingles. They all have the same chords that they play because, Last Christmas or...
Everyone's trying to copy.
You worked, so they're just going to do that over and over in some different form. But it's a lot of new songs. It's just like you stole my bike on Christmas, or like I threw a ball on Christmas. It's all weird stuff. Like I had French fries on Christmas. Like, why are you making a song about French fries? It's Christmas.
Like, let's bring back Farm Aid or Live Aid or whatever it was, like give us that, give us the John Lennon stuff. John Lennon gave us, Happy Christmas. You have the waitresses with Christmas wrapping. There was just like such a wonderful world of Christmas music. And I just like,
it's dead now.
It's dead.
Okay,
that's where I feel assaulted, Ronnie.
Yeah, assaulted by dead Christmas music. So here we are with Real Housewives of New York City, season 15, which is still a sin that they're calling this season 15, as if this cast has earned that. Episode 11. This should be a 12-episode season. Okay, Ben is so disagreeing with me that he just turned into a blackout on the screen. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm plugged into Ethernet and everything, but everything just sort of clogged up there for a
Hit
second.
it. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? Get it started, Ben. Get
I liked this
started.
I liked this episode because at first I was dubious, but I liked it because I thought there's a lot of really good petty shit. Honestly, I also loved Rebecca Minkoff just finally hitting Brynn back and drawing blood. You know, when she said she didn't want to draw blood. I was like, you know what? Draw blood. Because normally, the two of us are the first people to just be so annoyed when someone says, like, as a mother, as a father, like, you don't know unless you have kids. I thought this was a good use of that. I don't care if it was hitting below the belt. Brynn was asking for it all season long. I say draw blood. And when you get that Rebecca Minkoff squint attack, ooh, it hurts. And I was waiting all season and it finally happened. So I think maybe I'm just riding off the high of that.
Well, and also it was not below the belt at all because she didn't say it in the way that Brynn. Of course, Brynn takes it and twists it and then gaslights everybody. And I know that term gaslighting is overused, but Brynn is a gaslighter. She's 100% one and a liar and a snob and a bully and an asshole. And she didn't say anything bad. She was saying. Brynn specifically said, what is your thing about needing your own room? And she said, well, it's because I've got 4 kids at home and, they're all coming in and jumping all over me. And she says, well, and Brynn did the Kyle Richards. We all have stuff going on. Yeah. And she said, yeah, but you'll get it when you have kids, meaning you'll get what it's like having 4 little snotty, poopy monsters jumping all over you 24 hours a day when you have kids. I thought that was totally reasonable. And she only said it because Brynn asked her, what is your deal about needing a room by yourself? What's your deal about needing a room by yourself? You're by yourself all the goddamn time. Give someone else a chance.
Yeah. And Brynn...
Sorry, was that spinster shaming?
Brynn took it the worst possible way. Because she knows that if she were to say it, she would have meant it in the worst possible way. And that's usually what happens with people. That's why people like Brynn get so offended. Now, to be fair, Rebecca did admit that she did say it to take a jab. But I loved it. I was just very, very happy with that move. But I also enjoyed all of it. I thought there was a lot of fun, petty stuff. And I thought that this vacation brought to me what I wanted from this cast. Apparently... no one else on the internet felt that way, but that's okay. I can enjoy my own private.
Who cares? Stand on your own. You're you. Damn it.
People know I'm not an apologist for this cast. Okay, people know I'm not trying to make this cast happen. So if I'm enjoying it, that's comes from a genuine.
Well, place. You're not a miracle worker either. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're at John F. Kennedy Airport, and people are arriving. And Raquel's like, today is the day we're going to Puerto Rico. And I'm feeling a lot of things. On one hand, I'm excited. Gorgeous place. And Puerto Ricans have the biggest heart. On the other hand, my mom's a C word. And I'm terrified to see her. But excited for you to get to join me in my trauma. Since that's what we're all here for at the end of the day.
So they're showing up at JFK and everything, and Erin's like, going into Puerto Rico with Uba, there's a little bit of tension, and all I want for Christmas is for us to settle into this trip, and for Uba and I to just immediately squash this so we can have fun together. I'm like, that's hilarious that Erin thinks she could ever have fun somewhere. It doesn't matter what you squash.
Meanwhile, just cuts to Uba chasing things around the airport going, Pigeon, Pigeon. Pigeon, you stupid pigeon.
She's got the TSA wands. Ma'am, give those back. Pigeon.
So she's like, well, we're going on vacation, and I'm a little annoyed at Erin going around saying that I'm coming for her. It's like, what's your intention, Erin? Why are you being messy? And it hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts me. So then the other ladies are getting in line to check in. And Sai's like, what are you done? Wait, get on your phone. You check in on your phone. What the hell's wrong with you people? You don't got to talk to a human. What are you fucking idiots? Listen, I just kicked a bottle last week, and even I'm smarter than you jackasses. Stupid people.
It's true, though. They all got on this line, I think simply because it said priority. So they're like, well, there's a red carpet, so we have to get in the red carpet line. And
yeah, I'm
Sai and Erin are
my agent got me in this line.
Yeah, no. So I was like, yeah, I don't know where these peasants fly, but they're self-checking. It seems kind of like the rest of them haven't flown since 1992. I'm confused. So then they all hop on one of those cars that drives you around the airport. And by the way, what airport was I in? Was it LAX or something, or JFK? They now have robot chairs. Have you seen those? they're self-automated, and they're like, they're like beep beep, excuse me, and like they basically weave through the crowd to find the person that needs to sit, and then like they're like assigned to someone. They sort of like,
I want one. How do I get one?
I don't know. Maybe you have to like.
And don't tell me I got a handicap, because I'll do it. I will hit myself on the knee with something to get one of those chairs.
Yeah, they're just going through, and on the one hand, I'm like, well, there goes another human job taken up by automation. But on the other hand, the people pushing wheelchairs at the airport always look so miserable because they're always dealing with the worst people. Like, it's not like if you're in a wheelchair, you're the worst. It's just that I see a lot of elderly people in those chairs being so mean to them all the time. They're always
and also the people you're weaving through, who you're like, excuse me, I'm coming through with someone who needs assistance. They're like, oh, fuck off. We're trying to get through the airport.
Oh, goodness. It'll be us someday. So,
so then they're taking selfies. Of course, Jessel's taking selfies. And then Jenna and Raquel are, walking. I don't know. Who cares? They board a plane. Like, seriously, this is the smallest talk of all of the small talk shows on Housewives. So there's a lot of that. So then we go to Puerto Rico.
Yes, we're here in Puerto Rico. And they're picking up their bags, and then they're like laughing at Jenna because like her shirt is like has like a crotch element to it that's coming out and giving her like a whale tail. So that's happening in Puerto Rico.
I mean, listen, Jenna's got great style, but it just looks like a yeast infection that's waiting to happen. All right, God. Everyone's like, we've been in Puerto Rico 3 minutes, and Jenna's ass is just,
So then, Uba's whole thing is that she's always cold. So now she's happy because it's 90 degrees, humidity is 74%. And literally, it's like the most miserable weather to me, but it's perfect for Uba. She's like, I love the weather. That's when you come out, your hair just goes, hush. That's the kind of heat I like. And if I'm not smelling my skin burning, it's not hot enough. It's actually quite cold. Gaslighter.
So then Raquel is like, okay, Uba, you're going to sit up front because I get sick. Oh, God. Okay, I guess I'll just sit by the window. And Aaron's like, Raquel, just take some Dramamine. LOL. She's like, oh, fuck you. So did Uba not let her sit in the front? Uba's not having it on this trip. Uba's just not going to be nice to anybody. Uba's like, fuck it. I'm not even going to let the hostess who's car sick sit in the front seat one fucking time. Okay.
I know this does now. It's like, oh, that's right. She did need to drive herself to the Hamptons, etc. I also want to point out to the listeners, to America, to the world, that at this point, I did not feel like this was going to be a very good episode. So, like, if people are like, I can't believe Ben thought this was a good episode, it doesn't start like this is bad. This part's
okay.
bad.
Why are you apologizing for thinking this?
I'm not. I'm explaining my thought process. I want people to come along the journey with me.
No, well, let me tell that Ben, he was correct. So if you could just rewind time. Hi, I'm Pastor Ronnie. Hey, man, good to see you here. You're so right. Don't change your mind. Okay, so then we go forward, and she's like, okay, guys, so there's going to be food when we arrive, and we can pick our room. So how should we do this? Because there are 6 bedrooms, and so 2 people have to share. So Jen and I will share because we're going to take the primary room, so we can share. And so it's like,
I'll share.
All right, well, who's going to be your roomie?
Who wants to share with me?
And everybody's just like, oh, God, not her.
No one's saying anything.
She just attacked me for standing in a line that said priority.
Yeah, and Raquel's like, well, I guess it's picking, I guess it's picking sharing too then, huh? And Aaron tells us, I always share a room. And Jessel's like, I shared an anguilla. And Uba's like, I'd rather sleep in the living room than share. Disgusting. And then Justin's like, I shared in the Hamptons too. I also share a bed with Parvit. I mean, that alone. Disgusting.
So basically, Rebecca she wants to poop in private, so she won't share. Brynn won't share. She's like,
I'm not rooming with Rebecca.
What has Rebecca ever done to you? But
Rebecca's done literally nothing.
You are such a fucking monster. You are just such an asshole. And I had watched this episode coming straight from the Nordstrom rack because, it's Christmas. I was getting Christmas stuff done. And I was like, I would be proud to be listed here. Thank you very much. Brynn! Housewives really infects your brain, I walked into the Nordstrom rack. I felt all shamed. I was like, Brynn would be mocking me and making me feel terrible about this. But then I felt so proud in there. I was like, you know what? I'm in the Nordstrom rack. And guess what? It's been a long way from Ross. Biatch.
I'm just imagining you standing at the doorway about to leave Nordstrom Rack, standing there like Ellen Burstyn on a stage saying, I just want to say to all the fine people here at Nordstrom Rack, what you do here is not just a service, it's an honor, it's a privilege. And we are so lucky to be on your rack. Thank you. Thank you.
And au revoir. Beep, 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 beep. God damn it, someone left a tag on my pants. Could we get a hold of that? Jesus.
Oh, I apologize. I left my artisanal caramel peanuts on the belt. Let me just get that before I leave. It was an impulse item.
I would
Thank
like
God
to
for
thank
that.
the half a Donna Karen jumpsuit that I bought here today. To the other half, I look forward to meeting you one day if I find enough luck and find you in here another day.
You can't just find chipped Cuisinart goods anywhere. Thank you, Nordstrom Rack.
Thank you. Thank you to the broken handle of the Mackenzie's Child Cup I just bought for $250 on sale from $257. God bless you, Nordstrom Rack.
If I could be a ceramic pineapple, I would want to be here.
Dude, there were
Sold
so
by
many
Nordstrom
ceramic
Rack.
pineapples. There really were. So no one's going to share. And Raquel's like, well, you guys can fight amongst yourselves because we're already sharing, right? God, this is crazy. So she's like, we're the oldest ones and we're going to share. Like, if we can do it, you guys can do it, you know? And that is true because there is something when you hit your 50s that you're just like, no.
Yeah, I don't share
No, I
anymore.
won't.
I'm not even in
Yeah,
my
I won't do
50s. I just don't. So Brynn is like,
I'll volunteer for the shitty room for the baby, as long as I get my own room. Rebecca, why don't you share with Sai? And Uba, Jessel, and Aaron, you get like nice regular rooms.
and
And
Rebecca's
like, here she goes, acting like she's my boss. Like, she takes it upon herself to assign my room. I mean, here she goes again. She's trying to get a reaction. Well, guess what she's not going to get from me? A fucking reaction. Because this is petty ass shit. But when she goes missing.
yeah. She's like, she won't get a reaction, but I am going to squint at her a few times. So, squint smile. the Rebecca Minkoff evil squint smile. So Aaron's like, wait, Rebecca, if you're not okay with it, say so. Come on, Rebecca, you can do it. Fight back, Rebecca. She's like, no, I'm not bothering right now. It's fine. I'm gonna squint at my phone.
I just wish she'd stand up for herself a little bit. She's clearly scared of Brynn. There's no other way to say it or to put it. It's very obvious.
What? It's literally the one thing I do not get is that she's scared of Brynn. I think that she thinks Brynn is fucking annoying and she doesn't want to deal with it. And she also is like, I'm not going to get into a stupid fight with a stupid woman on national TV because of a bed. Like, I deal like, you know, pigeons don't fly with eagles.
Yes, you don't tussle with pigs. What's worse?
This is Rebecca
pig
Minkoff,
lasses.
everyone. Okay?
Yeah,
she has
she's
a billboard
not,
on
you don't
Melrose
fight
Avenue.
with stupid people. You just don't fight with people who are lower than you. It's tacky. You know what I mean? Look for someone equal or higher to fight with.
That being
So
said,
that's how
it is
I'm
ridiculous.
taking it.
That being said, it's ridiculous to come on to a show like this and then like not want to engage like that. But at the same time, that's what I like about her. When people say that she's boring, I'm like, no, I like that she like her vibe is like she's like you don't matter to me and you can try as much as you want. You're not going to get it out of me. And because when you do get it out of me, you're not going to like it. And that's what happens this episode.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So then now we get to the house where the ladies are going to be staying, and there's the house staff, two of the house staff outside, the hostess and a bartender guy. And he's like, yeah, I've never watched this show. And she goes, oh, I haven't either. And he's like, what's it about? It's reality? She goes, women. He goes, women who have money. She's like, yeah, that's all we need to know. Just go with that.
I love when Bravo trolls itself, by the way. it's like, yeah, even these people don't watch our show. So they're like, they all come in, they say hi and everything. And the guy's like, hello, this is a cocktail. It's a rum punch. And I was like, oh, yeah? What's the liquor in it? He's like, rum. Have you heard of mezcal?
Right.
I made something called mezcal. Do you want to try it?
Oh my God, rum. This tastes so good. You know what? I'm bringing this to America. So they're like, welcome. And Aaron's like, the only thing we care about are the rooms. And so they all start running around to find rooms. And Uba just sits down and starts eating. She's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not fighting for a room. I'm above it. I don't understand why these 40-year-old women are running around like we're immigrants. They just let us in. Like, find your own room. Like, no, I already told everyone I'm not going to share, and I'm not running around looking for a room. Okay, well, guess what? Zero effort maker. This is not fair. You see, this is her. Like, I don't care. I'm above this.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the front seat, and then I'm just going to assume that everyone's going to give me a good room. And then have you been reading her this week, going on and arguing with people in comments? Oh, she's such an asshole.
I have not.
You are too immature for this show. Like, seriously. And that's saying something when you're on a show with Brynn, but you are way too thin-skinned to be on this show. Like, literally going on and arguing with commenters on Bravo. You're never going to win that one, lady. You're never going to win it. And you're on the losing end. You're acting like an asshole. And the other shows, yes, there are people who act like assholes, and we love them. It's because they're fun and they're funny. This is just like annoying. This is just annoying.
I see that. I mean, I think that if there's a room that you want and then you don't make an effort to go get it when other people are getting it, even if it is, you can't complain. Even if it is ridiculous that people are scattering around. But that being said, you know, she did say, I'm not going to share. And they said, okay, you don't have to share. And Brynn said, I'm going to take the worst room. So I think Uba is expecting, like, okay, I think I'm all set because I'm going to have a decent room, you know, because, well, we'll get to it. But Brynn goes and finds a room that has like this sort of like a canopy. It's like a 4-post bed, but not. It has like a structure on it. It has like a frame of a house on top of the bed. And it sort of it speaks of like a dollhouse, childlike or whatever. So Brynn's like,
Oh, it's a baby room. Sexy baby room. You snooze, you lose, bitches.
So she's like, well,
I'm gonna just assume that this has the smallest bed because it's a kid bed, so it's a shit room.
and so she's like,
Oh wait, is there another bedroom?
so they're like, yeah, it's next to the laundry. It's very cozy. It's private. It smells like laundry. You know, loosed a little bit when the dryer's turned on. So
it's
comfortable.
outside. It has tree stumps for a bed. You're going to love it. Do you watch Survivor? It's just like that.
So Brynn's like,
Well, I kind of want to take back my promise that I'll take the shittiest room because the shittiest room is basically a utility closet with a cot. I'm not staying in that room. And since Uba gets her own room, it's going to be Uba's room.
you get your own room too. So what is that?
This is shitty. You can't because it's like, you know, Uba did not go racing for a room. And you know, on the one hand, I 100% agree. She should, you know, you can't complain if you don't go searching for it. But on the other hand, you can't basically say, okay, I'm going to like change the terms of this. And then Uba's sitting there thinking everything is fine. And then she changes the terms. It's just the bullshit. I was so mad by Brynn doing this. I think Brynn, if you say you're going to take the worst room and then you also want to get credit for taking the worst room and then you don't even take the worst room and then someone else gets stuck with the worst room, that's fucked up. I'm sorry.
Brynn
I
sucks.
don't abide by
But
that.
worst room is also subjective because one of the reasons that this is the worst room supposedly is that Uba is too tall to fit on the bed. Well, she's going to be too tall to fit on the child's bed. It's a child's bed. So both make sense. And only on Housewives is this a terrible room. It's a normal room.
Yeah, it's a fine
with
room,
a bed.
by the way. By the way,
Yeah.
it's a perfectly fine room, and I would be happy sleeping there. And
it has its own bathroom.
And
So,
a
like
walk-in
on
closet.
I feel like on any other episode, this would be a decent room that people would fight over to get this room over the children's room.
We all remember Ashley and Michael's house in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, on Potomac, season 1. Okay, so we know what a bad room is like on a vacation. Okay, this is fine. This is good.
Yeah, they're gonna survive. So, they go to eat breakfast, and
It's
so
a great
like,
You
episode.
got me vegetarian.
what?
So it's a great episode.
I don't feel the need to declare something a good episode or a bad episode. Like, I don't care. We're here doing it anyway. You know what I mean? I don't win any points if this is a good or a bad
But
episode.
you know me, I get so invested in shit like this. If someone like takes back their word on like the bed,
Oh no, I'm with
that's
you on
where
that.
and like when I feel this, then I'm like, it's a good episode. I love it.
You're like me. If somebody like legit cries, I'm like, they're a good actor. Like, it doesn't even matter. It's just like, they're so good. They're so talented. So Sai's like,
You got vegetarian sandwiches.
and they're like, no. No, what do you mean no?
That's
Don't
wild.
you guys have preference sheets or something? I would think
I
that this
know.
cast would definitely have like, I'm
Gluten-free, I'm dairy-free, I'm a vegetarian.
I'm surprised they don't have like a 3-page list.
Yeah, I am surprised too. And then Sai's like,
Yeah, I can't have mayonnaise. It looks like jizz to me.
and Brynn's like,
I mean, I love jizz, but baby wants her baby milk.
Yeah, sure you do. Of course you do. Shocker. Can't believe Brynn said
Yes.
that. Oh my God, she's just so edgy. Oh, living on the edge. And Brynn's like,
I need my luggage, so I'm gonna go get my bag out of the car. Prank incoming! Prank incoming! Sorry, that should have been my inside voice. My bad. Anybody got any jazz?
so Raquel's like, so does everyone have a room that they like? And it was like, well, I haven't gotten my room yet. And everyone's like, oh, really? Because your bed is gonna like this big. And she does like small hands. And it was like, oh, well, I thought that she's taking it. I thought that Brynn is going to sacrifice herself. She goes, I thought so, but I don't know. She goes, well, that was the plan for us not to run off around the house. But you know what? I really don't care. And I'm just like happy to be there with you guys.
and Raquel's like, well, if we could all have that attitude, that would be very nice this weekend, lady. Thunder rumbles in the distance. And then it starts raining on their heads. And Uba goes, guys, it's going to rain.
Rebecca's like, tell me about it. I'm about to shart my pants.
Tell me you're a model without telling me you're a model. She's like, oh my. Yeah, Rebecca's like, wow, yeah, the sky's squirting right now.
This is like the time my husband like just shot a snot rocket right into my eyeball. It's like, Rebecca, do you have to always talk about bodily fluids?
So now Jenna and Raquel are in their room and talk. She's like, oh my God, look, this is my magical khaki skirt. It's not amazing. And she brings out a skirt that looks like a comforter. And everybody's unpacking basically. And so now Uba's like, where's my room? So she's going to go find her room. Dun, 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 dun. And Rebecca's like, it's all the way around the corner. And Aaron's like, are you good, Rebecca? She goes, yeah, I really didn't want to share the room because I have 4 kids, And she's like, well, that's why you need to say something. Like, I gave you the opportunity in the car. Like,
The way they are just blatantly coaching Rebecca on how to be a real housewife on camera is hilarious to me. And Aaron's like, Rebecca keeps saying that she's above all this, but what it really is giving is freshmen during Hell Week getting abused. Like, give it back to her a little bit. I'm like, it does not give what it does. Am I crazy? It does not give that at all. She seems like she is just so unimpressed and unbothered by Brynn. Well, she's annoyed by Brynn, but like ultimately unbothered. And the fact that they keep Aaron, who denies being a gaslighter, but is still trying to like push forward a narrative that Rebecca is trembling in fear from Brynn Whitfield is ridiculous.
yeah, I don't think that she's trembling in fear, but I do think that Brynn is acting like it's Hell Week and she's tormenting the new girl.
Yes, Brynn is
And
doing
she's like
it on
doing
Brynn's
that thing,
side.
like, I'm better than you because I've been here longer than you. And, but yeah, I don't think Rebecca's scared of her. So I don't think anybody's afraid of Brynn. She's like literally, all she's going to do is start sobbing the second anybody says anything to her. So then Uba goes to check out the room and she asks the lady who works there, she's like, this is the room? She goes, yeah. She goes, tiny, scary, feng shui is awful. I couldn't even put bananas in here. It's a no. N-O, no.
It's not banana approved. This is for basic bitches. So
She literally
Uba,
goes, I'm out of here. There's no sleeping. I have too much money to live like this. Like, oh,
how do I get the
please.
hotel?
Where are you making all this money from? Get the fuck out of here. You live in a closet and I don't. What are you talking about? You don't even talk about Uba Hot anymore. Give me a break.
I know. Uba, I love Uba attempting to just be a chill person who's down with anything and just wants to be there with her friends. And then she sees it and she's like, no, I am model. So Raquel's like, wow, girl, 5 minutes ago, she's telling me she doesn't care and she's just here to hang out with her friends. And now I'm getting this? I mean, by the way, you know what? That was supposed to be the room that Brynn had. Oh, sorry, that was Rebecca who said that. Rebecca's like, by the way, Uba, that was supposed to be Brynn's room. So if you want to be mad at her, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
Why don't you
direct
do
your
that?
annoyance at who deserves it. Brynn. And Uba's like, fucking snake. She says she want that room. What happened? It's okay because I have more money than her, so I'll get in the St. Regis. It's like, oh gosh, okay.
I
yes, you're so
appreciate it.
rich.
I like that.
You're so rich, and Brynn loves jizz so much. You guys are just really firing on all cylinders right now. So
here's why I like that. May I interrupt you for a second? I'm sorry.
Of course.
Here's why I like that. It's a totally obnoxious thing to say, but that's the obnoxiousness that I've been wanting from this show since the reboot. I want my ladies to be obnoxious. I want them to say things like, you know what? I have more money than her. I'm going to St. Regis. You know what? That speaks to me. You know how I love Lucille Bluth? This is my love language. This is how I like my assholes.
Lucille Bluth is like legit wealthy and doesn't understand how much bananas cost. Uba's not. You know what I mean? That makes this fakery.
That's fine.
This is just like someone faking that. Like when you watch it on something like we saw this on Real Housewives of New York, you know, not to compare it to that, but literally that was the basement, you know, you're sleeping in the basement storyline when Luann's like, I refuse to sleep in the basement. How dare you? And it becomes this big thing. Like,
yes. Yes, when Luann did it, it was funnier.
And it's not that she's legit rich either. It's just like the delusion level there is just so funny. But this is literally, I don't know. That's a good comparison because it's one that was funny and another one that wasn't. And I cannot tell you why, except that one can pull it off and the other just can't. It just came off to me as like completely obnoxious and stupid, and it's like someone who makes no effort but then expects everybody to hand them everything, or she'll get pissed off at them, which is, you know,
I think
apparently she's going to make their life hell if they don't do it. But I don't know.
I think that you're right in that Luann doing it is funnier than Uba doing it. But I liked that Uba was leaning into this because it's ridiculous. The thing is that Uba doesn't have like an overall campy persona the way Luann does. And that's why Luann, I think, is funnier. But I'm like, you know, it's just nice for a moment to like drop the facade of like, we're just like a sisterhood and we're like in fashion and we're just like living these like cool fashion lives. I'm like, no. say you're rich, even if you're not. Just say you're rich and you're going to the St. Regis and fuck you all. I don't know. I liked it. It was just like a different, you know. It was just what I just like an asshole sometimes. That's just what I want.
So you got one. Congrats, you got one. I did. Look down and under. It's there. So Uba's like snake. She's a snake. I'm going to the St. Regis, and Jenna and Raquel are like, how bad could it be? So they go look, and Jenna's like, wow, it's truly the nanny suite. It's true. And then Raquel, I think, says it best when she says, honey, don't tell me this room is too small. I've seen your apartment.
That was good, too. I was like, thank you, Raquel, for finally activating. So Uba is like, this is why I only vacation with the person I'm sleeping with. I'm like, okay, settle down. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still saying settle down to her. And Jenna is like, you know, I see the room and I see Uba and I think, there needs to be more khaki. But then I realized, no, this is not my room. It's for Uba. And they just don't go together. Like, do I understand? Definitely. I mean, I'm the girl who flew business because I didn't want to fly coach. Remember? You're going to show a flashback? No? Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
It's only my defining storyline of last year, but
that's okay. Go on. Khaki.
So, but the reason she could pull that off is because she actually did it and didn't make a stink. She was just like, yeah, I'm not staying here. Bye. I'm not flying with you. Bye. Uba's making a huge stink until she gets her way, you know?
Yeah.
So then Uba's going to production and being like, no, I refuse to stay. Have a car take me to the St. Regis. And she's standing outside, you know, throwing a temper tantrum. And then Sai's like, I mean, come on, we just literally got here. She's like, at the St. Regis or the airport? What the fuck? I'm not playing this game. And Raquel's like, she doesn't want to share. And so Sai's like, I'll take it. I'll take the room. I mean, is Uba being a diva? Yeah. But in her defense, she really won't fit on that bed. I'm short. I fit on the bed and I can shit on my own, you know?
Look, I even found a way to get a banana in here. Oh, no. So... So then so basically Raquel is Sai volunteers to take the room and everything, and she's pretty happy about it. And Jess was like, I mean, no one deserves to be in that room, so I get it. When I was 8 years old, my dad booked a 3-star hotel, the Pavit of hospitality, and like it didn't have a pool, and I made him the next morning book us into a 5-star hotel. Did we not eat for 3 weeks after we got back? Yes, but it was worth it for that one night in the good hotel, so I completely understand where Uber's coming from.
It's funny that she forgets that her storyline last year was how she was poor and had to struggle.
I came from nothing.
That was such bullshit. And she like totally forgot it already.
That's what I was totally thinking about. She's like, I totally came from nothing. I was sleeping on cardboard boxes when I came to America. It was nothing like the 5-star hotels I used to stay at in London.
I had to stay with my uncle one time. Remember that was her thing.
Yes.
Like, she had to
At
stay
his
with her
timeshare at the Four Seasons.
So
Jessel.
it's like, I'll take it. And it was like, okay, you're sure? And Aaron's like, I guess it's better than that. And she points to Rebecca. And Sai's like, damn. And she's like, I'll just sleep with Rebecca, whatever. So now she decides that she'll move. So everybody is changing so that Uba can get her way. Which is so stupid. You guys should have just made Uba go to the fucking hotel then. Just let Uba do what she wants and have her rich boyfriend buy her a room at the hotel. And she can do that. Let her do it. Let her just lose screen time. And I can guarantee you're all going to regret that you didn't let her go. Because she's going to be a nightmare this whole fucking trip.
And then Erin, of course, uses this as support for her fight that she whipped up by herself last week. She's like, with Uba, I feel like I go to extra lengths to make her feel supported, and I want her to realize that instead of being mad at me, I care about her. I'm like, yeah, sure. So Uba's like, she Uba thanks Erin. She's like, I love you very much. If that makes any sense, you saved me $4,200. I'm like, you could have saved yourself $4,200 by just sleeping in the bed. Erin didn't do anything. You could have done it. This was all on you.
Yeah, she's like, and thank you, Erin, but sorry, not sorry, okay? So then she's like, yeah, it's like musical chairs in here. What is this? Musical chairs. Well, it's a game where you're a kid.
Don't make me feel like I can't play musical chairs just because I don't have a kid.
What is it, chairs making music? I just still don't understand. So then Jessel, she's like, guys, I'm missing my suitcase. Did someone send it to a 3-star hotel by accident? And they're like, no. And so now Jessel starts to spiral. And I just want to say, at long last, we finally have a good prank on this show. Okay, like what, it's in the sense that like there was no one like told anyone in a wrong way, and no, it wasn't like the phone situation. It was just like a proper prank where Jessel lost her mind. And by the way, if you're going to put a prank on anyone, do it to Jessel because she's the perfect target for it.
I don't know. I love you so much, but I just can't. But you know what? I'm just going to stand over here and support you.
Watching Jessel...
I'm changing my mind. I support you. Great
watching
prank.
Jessel lose her mind
what Real
is such a
Housewives
joy.
of New York needs more pranks.
They're on
the right path.
But like, it wasn't over long like the phone prank last year. And it wasn't, it was not a thing where like all these different people got looped in like the earlier prank this season. It was just like a standard prank. I'm not saying I need pranks, but I'm saying as pranks go with this show, considering how many pranks they fucked up, at least they finally did one that was like, had the proper arc of a prank.
I don't know. This happened and I was like, wow, a prank. They're really learning. So then Erin goes into Jenna and Raquel's room and she lets her tops. Oh, this was Brynn who did this, right? She kind of lets her underwear show and she's like,
hey, lesbians, your third one's here.
And so she starts like flirting with the ladies and gets on the bed and stuff. And she's like, what's going on? And Jenna's like, well, now everything is coming on. She's like, I'm going to come to my safe place. Your boobs.
Sometimes I wish the lady pond were full of acid. just to disintegrate Brynn. It's just too annoying. Okay.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So Rebecca walks in. So she's nuzzling in. She's nuzzling on Jenna. And Rebecca walks in. She's like, hi. And no one says anything. And Brynn's just like staring at her. And Brynn's like, here comes boring Becky ruining the vibe. She's a lady boner killer. She literally just walked in the room to get her bag. She did nothing wrong. What vibe did she ruin? A super annoying infantile vibe? I think I would like that vibe to be ruined.
No kidding. So Brynn's like,
You okay having a roommate, Rebecca?
and she's like, well, I mean, I don't want to share, but I'm being a bigger person and I'm sharing. And Jenna's like, well, what is the sharing thing? She goes, well, it's just that I have 4 kids and I shared with Jessel last time and I was just looking for a break. She goes,
Well, I mean, we all have everything. It's the same thing. Like, it doesn't matter if you have kids.
and she goes, it's a little different and you'll know when you have them. It's like I have people sleeping in my bed all night. She goes,
Are you serious right now? Like, I'll know when I have them.
yeah. You know what? Look, I'm sorry that you're super sad about not having kids yet and your life hasn't worked out the way you wanted to yet. But yeah, even I, who gets, like you said at the top of this recap, even I will acknowledge, yes, it's fucking different having 4 kids jumping all over you than a life of just getting to choose hanging balls for your apartment and playing with an adorable puppy lady.
Yes.
Sorry, it's different. I don't pretend my life is as hard as somebody who has kids.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing. I will. In fact, that's always my joke. My joke is like when people are like, Ben, do you and Dom want to have kids ever? I'm like, no, because I like going to brunch. Like the idea is that like when you have kids, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. You can't do things spontaneously. It's hard. Okay. All my friends who have kids are exhausted. They're at their wits' end.
They're so tired.
They are-
They're suckers. And I always
They're
say it. I'm like,
suckers.
what are you doing this for? For them? They're not going to thank you. I mean,
And by the way,
listen, who do you blame for the worst things in your life happening? They're like, my mom. I'm like, well, exactly. Who do you think they're going to blame? You fucking idiot. Why are you putting yourself in this situation? You're an idiot. I'm going to go to Home Goods all night and complain about Christmas music alone, as it should be.
also, like, if you want to be like, yeah, well, you have kids, but I'm like working a lot. You don't know how hard it is to work. Well, guess what? Rebecca has kids and she's working a lot. She has a huge business. Rebecca has a big enough business that when she joined this cast, people wrote articles about it because they were shocked. Okay. Like no one wrote
Well,
articles.
also,
that
it's
Brynn
not to
joined this
say
cast.
that not having kids doesn't make you less valid. Of course, us two would not be saying that for sure.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that. And I don't like when people use the argument like, oh, people just don't get it without kids. Like, you don't understand what it's really like to truly love somebody because you don't have kids. That shit bothers me when people say shit like that, you know? Or when, you know, politicians say shit like, well, people who don't have kids they don't have any skin in the game, so they shouldn't get a say. Fuck you. You know, I still have skin in the game. I pay taxes, you bitch. But, and I also get that Brynn is coming from a place of, she talked about her sexual assault last week. And so I get that she's coming from a place of those years were kind of stolen from her. And so she's triggered by somebody saying she doesn't get it because she has kids. I get it, but I don't even see that it's like that. And I'm not going to give her that on this particular thing because she's taking something that clearly she didn't say it like that. She wasn't saying like, I'm more valid because I have kids. She's saying, I literally have kids jumping up on me. And Brynn is the one who assigned her to sleep with somebody else. She didn't even give her a chance to volunteer. Brynn's the one who assigned it. And now Brynn's going to turn around and act like a victim and wear the victim cloak. And I think that's just unfair. It's not cool. Brynn's such an asshole. And she's really cemented it because this whole season, people have been kind of over Brynn. But I think this was the nail in that coffin for public like of Brynn. I mean, what a fucking asshole.
Well, and, you know, also Becky shared last trip and Brynn, I don't think Brynn did. Did she share? I don't know. When everyone talked about how they all shared, I don't know if Brynn did or not. Maybe not the strongest point here, but one point that is, I think, fairly decent that piggybacks off of what you said is that when Jenna asked Rebecca why she's annoyed about having to share, again, like you said, she was just told that she has to share by Brynn, and then she says, you know, I've got 4 kids and I shared last time. So it's like 2 things, like 2 cases why she shouldn't have to share, and then instead of Brynn saying like, you know what, next time we'll make sure that you get the solo room or whatever. Instead, she says, oh, whatever. I mean, what, like, you know, we all have, everything's the same thing. It doesn't matter if you have kids or not. We're all busy. She kind of discounts it. And it's been a season of Brynn being a dick to Rebecca. And so, honestly, Rebecca even admits it. When she says it later on that she did kind of mean it to twist the knife a little bit, honestly, it's like you're gonna get upset, Brynn, when you literally sat there at the last trip saying, hey, Rebecca, when I give it to you, you should give it back to me a little bit. That's what you should do. Get in the mix a little bit. So Rebecca finally does it, and now Brynn's like,
What?
Yeah, but that's also why Brynn's doing that, because she's been waiting for a fight with Rebecca. She's been trying to make it happen over and over, and she finally got something. It's like she finally got something that she can just chew on now, and she's going to use this. She'll be doing this at the reunion. Well, you said I wasn't valid because I don't have kids. It's idiots, you know. It's idiots fighting with an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what she's bringing to this. So anyway, so she does that. Now she's got her storyline for the rest of the season, and she chomps down pretty hard on that.
She's very busy, guys. She says, "I'm very, very busy. Very, very, very busy." Launching some sort of nebulous app somewhere.
They're totally coming up with the ground floor on this app. But nobody believes you. So Rebecca's like, well, I'm not discounting that you're busy. I'm just saying you don't have bodies piling on. She's literally talking about bodies piling up on her and not getting time alone, Brynn. So then Jessel comes in. She's like, but has anyone seen my bag?
This is why it's a great prank to me, because it's like in the middle of everything happening, Jessel's like, guys, my bag has gone missing. It's absolutely, it's cream colored. It's yay high. Has anyone seen the bag? It doesn't just kind of go missing like this.
Well, I know what it's like to be busy.
She goes, I didn't say busy. I said bodies.
Well, you know, you're like, you'll know when you have kids. I mean, I don't need to know I don't need to have kids to know. I'm very busy.
Oh my God, don't fight with stupid people. That's all I can say. Back away from the stupid person. Just let her fight with herself.
I'm sorry, are you talking about babies or my bag? Because you don't have babies and I don't have my bag. So can we maybe work together and we can find each other the things that they need right now? Presently, my bag is the one that's most important. Thank you.
So Brynn's like,
Literally, all I see is red. Like, the worst thing that someone could possibly say to me is, you don't understand because you don't have kids. Like, we don't need you, Becca, coming into the Puerto Rican villa with your giant fallopian tubes, swinging them around in our face, reminding us that you have so many children. Now she's bitchy Becky.
Brynn is trying. She is trying so hard. She's trying
She's so
and failing.
bad at it.
She's so bad.
She's so bad at it. Oh my God.
But seriously, guys, the cream suitcase. Has anyone seen my cream suitcase? And no one's paying attention to her.
And Brynn goes, oh, wait. Do you have the Wi-Fi password? And she's like, oh, I don't. I need to find my suitcase.
Wait, no, I do have the Wi-Fi password. Okay, are you ready? Okay, first letter is H, capital, and then the next are, have you seen my suitcase? Please, someone help me find my suitcase.
So she's like, I have something a little more urgent to deal with, Brynn. I know you want to check how many likes your fucking post got on Instagram, but I don't care. My bag is missing.
Please, it's a Rimowa. Has anyone seen my Rimowa? Oh, well, finally, someone asked where I am. My God, I've been waiting for 2 years for coming back to this show, okay? No.
Oh, please, like I haven't been calling you an old bag for a decade.
Well, I'm not luggage, but I am an icon, so I'm here at your service. You're welcome.
I love jizz. Thank you, Sonia, for making that line believable on this episode.
All right, whoever took Jess's bag, I wanted to get right. Okay, everyone line up, because one of you took Jess's bag. I was just on the trader, so I know how to suss out a traitor, and you're all traitors, and you all should be burned at the stake.
You're a whore. It's a reckoning.
I think I know where the bag is. It's running in a marathon.
Guys, I'm not going to run around looking for my fucking suitcase. It's got my passport. It's got everything. Come on, guys. And
What
so
are you
Raquel's
doing?
like,
What are
oh,
you-
God. She's outside now. Does she think that they threw it in the river?
Because now she's like out on the golf course. She's like, that's my bag.
Now she's like hunting for Easter eggs, looking under plants.
Also, why do you not have your passport on you? I'm like very paranoid about my passport. I would never put it into like even my carry-on, even though they're like, actually, no, I did just put it into my carry-on, but like I wouldn't just like leave it in a bag that I'm like not touching. You know, like I'm like that shit takes time to get. Like I want to have like that passport nearby, and so Jessel just to put it in like some random like checked baggage or something, and be like, oh, it's somewhere in there, whatever passport.
So then the guys, why is she outside? And Brynn's like,
I want you to keep it secret, Jenna. I got her suitcase and I hid it.
and then we see a flashback of her doing it. And Brynn's like, I'm just going to let her freak out for like 45 minutes. Didn't you guys just have one of the worst seasons of Housewives of all time last year? You were universally hated. And one of the worst storylines was Aaron taking the phone and hiding it from Uba. And now you're doing the exact same storyline on another vacation. This is why I say this is the show of never learning anything. Like, why
Yes.
would you even do this?
But the thing is, Jessel is a better target than Uba. Because, like, sometimes
That's
there's some
true.
people you just know, like, don't pull a prank on them.
Jessel makes it more fun than Uba.
But Jessel is like the perfect prank person.
Agreed.
And it is hilarious because also no one's paying attention to her. And she just keeps on coming into rooms, be like, guys, my cream colored bag, it's missing. And they're like, oh, they finally brought out the vegetarian sandwiches. Great. Thanks, guys.
So now Aaron and Uba go outside, and Aaron's like, we need to talk. Let's go outside. Okay, well, I want to dance in the rain. She goes, no, I'm not doing that. Let's just sit down. So look, I'm nervous. Oh, she's saying that she's nervous walking into the conversation. But she did just give Uba her room, so maybe she'll be nice to her. Nope, that's not how it works. Sorry.
No, we're good. No. She goes, my love, so rumor has it that you were going around telling Brynn and Jenna that I'm coming for you. And Jenna, like, I can kind of understand. And, because of the whole, I don't know, because she's like somehow is okay with that. But she goes, but I was really enjoying her being, when I said that, oh, with Jenna, like, Aaron's gaslighting you, I was just really enjoying her being confused. I was like, welcome to the club. She gaslights you and I. And Aaron's like, I don't gaslight. No, you do. I'm going to gaslight you gaslighting, even though you do gaslight. So I guess that's not gaslighting. Whatever it is. You gaslight.
But I don't really. Like, it's not like the definition of gaslighting. It's not what I do. And it's like, we can agree to disagree. I don't agree. I don't know that Erin necessarily gaslights. I think she just twists everything. It's more straight up manipulation, which, I mean, gaslighting does have an element of manipulation, but gaslighting is specifically doing something, then denying it to make the other person think that they're going crazy.
Right. It's like, it's more like, or when the person, it's like you sort of change, you say that didn't happen, or like that's not what's happening, or you're fucking with their reality versus just lying. It's a type of lying, but like Erin just lies. She just is like, oh my God, Uba's in a fight with me. That's just lying, And
then Uba pulls out the whole, if you look up gaslight in dictionary, I'm like,
you see banana. It's so strange.
Gaslight a banana.
At
least it's good.
But that's not true. Now was that gaslighting? Is that a pun?
So
Uba's like, Uba's basically like, but what hurts me is like, why did you not come to me? Like, I was very hurt because I'm like, Aaron and I talk all the time. Like, why would she think this way? I get that. And next time I will come to you like right away and I'll be like, do you have an issue? And so like, I know. And then we can just like be done with it. And we can finally have some classic Aaron Leachy fun.
So she's just telling us like, yeah, we're not going to fight. Like you have your lair. You've got your special room. You could just calm down over there. So it was like, by the way, do you really think you have to come to tell me? Like if we have an issue? She goes, okay, I'm zipping it. Okay. So meanwhile, Jessel's like, I'm going to lose my shit. Has anyone seen my bag?
Okay, maybe Pavat came down here. Everyone look for a trail of banh mi's. Maybe that will lead the way to it. So then Jessel's like, oh, you two are talking. What's going on? Are you okay? He goes, yeah, I was just telling Aaron, like, I'm hearing, you're saying one thing, but I'm telling Aaron, like, I'm good with you. And Aaron's like, yeah, ditto. And Jessel's like, with me? You have a problem with me? No. No, with Aaron, of course. Aaron, the main gaslighter. She's like, oh yeah.
Wait, did something happen? Aaron's like, oh God, no, it's stupid. Has anyone seen my suitcase? Can we concentrate? I don't even know what you're babbling about.
Okay. All right, I want everyone to imagine a rectangle and now make it 3-dimensional. Put some wheels on it. And now paint it in a color that can get dirty very easily at an airport. Okay, that's my suitcase. Go find it.
So she's like, guys, I have no shoes, all right? Like, how am I going to wear a gown and sneakers? Whoever has my bag, I need it. And Brynn's like, what? She goes, my suitcase, I'm panicking. I got all my shit in it. And Brynn goes, it's in my bidet.
I hate you. So Just she did actually. I really like the way that Brynn. I can't believe I'm being so complimentary this entire episode about everything, but I like the way that she hid the bag as if it was just a pile of towels. That was smart. So Jessel's like, "It's disgusting. Now I have to sanitize my suitcase as an extra step to unpacking. It's like being in that 3-star hotel all over again."
So now it's time to catch some food in the kitchen. So people are chilling in there, and Brynn comes in. She's like, "How's everyone feeling?" And Jenna's like, "Well, I'm sure Rebecca didn't mean to offend Brynn, but because it's really awkward." She's like, "How's everyone feeling?" Like giving daggers to Rebecca,
Yeah.
and Rebecca's just not speaking to her. She's like, "Whatever." So it's really quiet and awkward for a long time. So Jenna's like, "I mean, I'm sure Rebecca didn't mean to offend Brynn, but I probably wouldn't have gone down that avenue knowing what Brynn's going through, because she really wants to be a mom." Well, but she can't just be a dick to everybody all the time.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. Sorry.
Yeah, and you're on the Real Housewives, and if you're a dick to everyone, someone's gonna hit you where it hurts. It
Yeah.
just is just what happens. So then Jenna's like, I mean, every little thing is a reminder that someone else has something that you should have, and it's hard. Are we talking about children or careers? Okay. So Raquel is like, okay, so who are we missing? What's going on? What's going on with Jessel? So Jessel she's unpacking, and Raquel's like, okay, can we just agree that we're gonna be happy from this point on? Okay, no more drama. I'm like, no, yes, drama. I want yes to drama. Stop trying to ruin the drama, Raquel.
I love that the second Jessel gets her suitcase back, she's like, "Oh God, I'm just so bored of unpacking." So funny. So then Jessel comes out and she's like done up. Well, they're saying she's done up, and they're like, "Oh my God, she came out with a look," but she's just in a bathing suit with I'm confused about how this is a look. But they're like, "I'm my fashion pageant." So they're gonna go to the pool after this, whatever. So then they're like joking about pushing each other in the pool and stuff. And Aaron's like, "I'm gonna push you." And Brynn's like, "Don't push me, I can't get my hair wet." So Raquel tells Uba, she's like, "So now that Aaron went to change into a bathing suit, did you guys talk through your stuff?" And she's like, "Yes." And Brynn's like, "Wait, what? Where? Why? Who? What? Where? Why? Who?" And she's like, "Well, she's asking about Aaron." And she said, "Are you good?" And I said, "Yeah, we are. We spoke." She goes, "Oh, so you hate Aaron? That's all I'm hearing. You hate Aaron. Aaron's a bitch." She goes, "No, haha. I told you that she gaslight, but I did say this before. It's not new information." So then she's like, "No, I don't." And I said, how about we agree to disagree?" And that's my new favorite saying. "So you think she's a gaslighter and she thinks she's not?" "Yeah, but it's okay. It's fine. She's not going to gaslight me again because I know how to trade now. She gaslight me, I give her sardine. She gaslight me, I take a paper bag. She gaslight me, I ask her to ship a car to China."
If I knew it was that easy to get a sardine, I would gaslight Uba all the time. I love sardines.
It's the Uba trade. Cars, sardines, and paper bags.
So Brynn's like,
Oh, I think there's like a lot of.
because Uba says, "I'm the voice of reason." Brynn tells us,
Oh, I think there's a lot of voices in Uba's head, and I don't think any of them are reasonable.
so then Brynn is like,
I'm gonna get another drink.
so
So let's just, before we move on, it's very clear what Uba said here, right? She's like, "Yes, I did have a talk with Aaron. I told her I think she's a gaslighter. She doesn't think she is, so we're just going to move on and still be friends."
exactly.
That was what she just said, right?
And she's saying this while being interrupted by Brynn, who's trying to be like,
So you hate her, right? So she's a bitch. You're saying she's a bitch. You're saying, okay, she didn't listen to anything you say, right?
So now Brynn gets up to get a drink, and she goes right to Aaron, who Aaron has
Runs
just gotten
in
up to
there.
like change. Yeah.
She's so bad at this. It's like literally runs to the room. She goes,
Real talk, they're talking shit.
Really?
Yeah.
She's like, it's just like typical Uba shit. She's like after I just gave her the room, she still has shit to say.
Yeah. And she's like, well, she's like a gaslighter. And she probably actually is like lying about everything that Abe ever said. And she probably sold her own Bitcoin, all that shit.
And I was like, oh my
I'm
God.
like so disappointed. Like she's still calling me names in front of everyone. So then back at the table, Uba's like, "She's a sensitive thug, And if you call me with a story, I'll tell you exactly how I feel, and that's it." So Erin comes out and she's like, "I just heard everyone was talking about." I'm like, "You've got Brynn and Erin both spinning and lying to make themselves important in the story.
Yeah.
I heard everyone was talking about me. Like no, she didn't say everyone was talking about you. She didn't say that. You don't
No.
have to take another lie and lie about that lie.
Yeah, the two of them are ridiculous. So then meanwhile, Bryn's getting a drink, but she knows that shit's going to go down because she just started it up. So she's like telling Eli, the bartender, come on, hurry up. Come on. He's like, we need one more lemon. She's like, no, you got to hurry up. Got to hurry up. Doesn't be a fight. Doesn't be a fight. Come on.
So Erin's like, I just heard everybody was talking about me. That's what I heard. She's like,
Oh, I was just getting a drink. Sorry.
I'm just saying that's what you just told me that everyone's saying and like talking shit. She's like,
No, I didn't say they were talking shit. I didn't say talking shit.
and then it goes a flashback to 5 minutes ago saying,
Real talk, everybody's talking shit.
oh, so she did say everybody's talking shit.
she did say it. Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought she just said Uba. Okay, sorry.
Same,
so
but-
Erin's not.
but yes, she
Erin's
did
not
say that.
lying. Then sorry, I take it back. I rescind it.
For now.
Not rescind, but rescind it. Okay.
Wow,
So-
Ronnie's like talking so much shit about Erin right now.
Yeah. So she's like, "What did I do? Like, she just doesn't like me. Like after everything I just did. Like, why are you saying this? Why are you being so negative?" Bryn's like,
You had a captive audience with us talking about Erin.
she's like, "I didn't talk about Erin. Don't put words in my mouth. I did not talk about her."
You just talked about Erin for like 20 minutes. You literally just told us how she was a gaslighter.
But she is. And I've told her that from day one.
Yeah, but like campaigning about how someone's a gaslighter, is that like not talking about them?
Oh God. She's like, "I was not campaigning. Please, please put the words on other people, not for me." She goes,
You're like, she's a gaslighter. No, is that what you said or not, campaigner? Okay, is Uber running for governor, yes or no?
Sai goes, if Bryna's like the leaky pigeon, then like Erin, she's like, hey from Moana. You know, the chicken that never learns its lesson?
I just want to say editorial note. I have no idea what she's talking about. I've not
don't
seen
either.
Moana.
"Oh well, you don't get it because you don't have kids."
A burn.
Moana 2 is supposed to be like a huge movie right now. So I'm really just out. I'm out of pop culture. I apologize.
Yeah.
So Brynn is like, she's like, I'm sorry. Sai's like,
Yeah, Bryn's like gonna be like, feed you bullshit and like, do not take the bait, people. That chicken is so dumb. What a dumbass chicken. What a stupid. You know what? Moana's a stupid slut too. I don't like Moana. And you know what? Aladdin, he's a man whore. He's a fuckboy, that Aladdin. Who else? Who else we got in the Disney canon?
And Rebecca's like, "She's sort of defending you and she's sort of stirring the pot. She's putting words in Uba's mouth." And Bryn's like,
No, I'm not. How am I putting words in her mouth?
"Well, you're saying she was campaigning. That's putting words in her mouth." "No, campaigning. I said what I've always said, and I'm going to keep saying it when it has to do with me. I was not campaigning. I cannot change how I feel. I actually don't even think I'm the only one." She goes, "Oh, really? Well, who else thinks I'm a gaslighter then?" And everyone's like, "Oh, God." And Sai
Sai's
raises her
like,
hand.
Me. You're like that fucking chicken.
So Erin's like, how did I gaslight you? She's like,
Yeah, well, I think you gaslight everyone.
she's like, how?
You just, you do bizarre things. Like you do weird things. It's bizarre, you know? I've seen you do it to Eli, the bartender, to the cameraman, the palm tree. Everyone. Yeah,
I
just sort
seen
of
you do it
bizarre
to
things.
her at picnics. I seen you do it to her. I've even seen you treat other stupid chickens stupidly. You know? Not even stupid chickens escape from stupid chickens around here.
I mean, who the
Wait,
fuck greenlights Moana? It's a stupid movie.
How did I gaslight her at the picnic?
The whole prank situation. Like, she didn't know about the prank situation.
She goes, "Oh my God, what do you mean she didn't know? It's her fucking prank." And Sai's like,
No, about Brynn knowing. She didn't know that Brynn knew.
I was like, "Oh my God, now we're going to go to the prank again?"
Of course.
Someone stop these people, please. Like, there needs to be a referee to just be like, "No, that's over now."
Are you dumb? Do you not know how jokes work? They're calling me a gaslighter for a prank that doesn't even fit the definition of gaslighting because like I didn't manipulate anything, which in turn is gaslighting because they're changing the actual events and misinterpreting them and feeding it to us as truth. So like move on. It's like not that serious. Am I going insane here? I love Erin always wants other people to move on from her bullshit, but when there's like bullshit that she gets dragged into, she's like, wait a second. We need to talk about this.
Yeah. And she's also doing that thing where she's just stuck on one word, which is gaslighting. But what everybody's saying about Erin is correct. She does take things, she twists them, she tries to start fights with everybody. That's what she does, but she's choosing to focus on one little word so she can somehow win the argument. But no one's letting her have it, which I kind of, well, some people are, but Sai and Brynn aren't, and I at least like that. No, not Brynn. Sai and Uba aren't. So Aaron's like, there's a difference between knowing about a prank and being in on a prank. Yeah, but then you took that and tried to make Brynn look insane. I'm not going into the
you
prank
manipulated
again.
it.
I'm stopping myself.
So Uba's like, well, why did you
know what I'm doing? I'm drawing a boundary. Drawing a fucking boundary with this show.
draw a boundary? Do it. So Uba's like, why did you whisper and tell me it was a prank? And Aaron's like, well, because I knew that she wasn't pregnant by other men. And who would even believe that shit? How dumb are you guys? Well, you said it as a prank. So they were gonna like, if you don't think anyone's gonna believe it, then why are you even bothering as a prank? So then Aaron's like, I mean, you think she's sleeping with other men and getting pregnant? Am I in Looneyville? You know what? You guys love to do this shit to me. I thought we were done outside, and now this is all being ignited again. Like, I don't get it. It's fucking weird. I'm not going to continue and be like the lamb here. And they'll like look at her. The sacrificial lamb, you idiots. And then she goes.
So now Uba stands up, who this has all been about, and she's like, you know what? Fuck you guys too. I'm going with Erin because she's my best friend because she gave me a room. Bye. None of you gave me a room. Bye, stupids.
Well, I think that deserves a standing ovation. I'm like, oh, that's right. Jenna's here.
That's so funny. Everyone else just knows she's so full of shit. They're like, wow, that was great. I don't even know like what's happening. I like to spend my vacations horizontal. So being served. I don't know. So outside, Aaron and Uba do their typical, you're being mean to me. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean. Let's make up. Okay. Let's make up. Do you promise we're made up? I promise. Let's promise that we're fucking made up now. Yeah, we're made up. You stupid bitch. I hate you.
And then they're like happy, and Uba's like giving Aaron a foot massage, and they love each other, you know? So then everyone else comes outside, and, Uba's like, let's just let it go. And everyone's like, is it so easy for you just to let things go? Like, just give me a minute. I'm pissed off. She's like, okay, but don't vent, okay? There's no ventilate here. So do you see how hot it is? So don't vent.
So now people start swimming and stuff, and then Uba gets in the pool with Sai, and she's like, come in, get in the water. It's so nice to have braids. And Brynn's like, oh my God, did you guys make up? That didn't last long. We're going to have to come up with something else. Oh, shit.
Yeah. And Brynn's like,
Oh, sorry, I called you a gaslighter. Also, like, let it go. Okay, like, ready? Okay, so I want to apologize to you, and I'm still gonna, like, call you a gaslighter. Oh, and I think you should just, like, let this all go. It's like the Donald Trump of apologies.
So Uba is like, you're not going to wet your hair? She goes,
No, but these titties though. Hi, boys on the golf course. Have a good game.
and Jessel's like, you're waving to like some 54-year-old disgusting old person. Like, can you imagine being that old? Anyone who's older than 54 is just the grossest thing on earth.
Just for the record, I'm 56. Jessel.
But like, you're young old, okay? You're young spirited. They're like gross old. Gross. Ew, disgusting.
I mean, you're still decaying like them, but you do have new teeth.
Oh my God, like, guys, look, we're all in the pool together. Oh my God, your titties are popping off, Uba. I feel like you got like the perfect boob job. They haven't dropped yet. Boobs.
So it was like, look at my ass. And, they do this whole thing about boobs and butts and stuff. And Rebecca's like, I just want her boobs. Like, how do we get those boobs? And Jessel's like, the boobs are really good. Absolutely don't have kids. And it was like, oh, yeah, I walk around like a 21-year-old.
So then Aaron
I really cannot handle models who are like that. They're like, aren't I hot? Yes, we get it. You're a 6 foot tall, fucking gorgeous model, okay? I don't think you need to be telling us that you're hot. We can clearly see it, Have some humility. The rest of us, the rest of us are like, are you going for the penguin? It's Halloween, okay? You get to walk around like that. Be humble, for fuck's sake.
So Aaron is like, she's like, by the way, Becky, what did Brynn say to you in your room? And Rebecca's like, oh, I said something to her that pissed her off. And Jenna's like, yeah, her comment was, when you have children, you'll understand.
Yeah, they like kind of like set her off a little bit.
Everyone's like, wow. Everyone here is nuts. It's not like you said something bad. You were just trying to make her understand.
So then Brynn is talking to Raquel in the other part of the pool, and Brynn's like,
Okay, like, let me tell you, like, tell me if I'm overreacting. Because, like, if I was Jenna in your room and you were there and we were talking about the sharing of rooms or whatnot, and Rebecca was like, I have kids. I was like, well, having kids doesn't have anything to do with it. Like, we're all busy. And then she was like, you'll understand when you have kids. Like, don't even, like, you don't get that part of life because you don't have children yet. And, like, I'm really insecure about children. I get it. I'm 38. I need to have children and I want them. But, like, you don't have to fucking remind me.
which is not what was happening, and you know that's not what was happening. And now you're victim cloaking. I can't with this. She's like the worst. She just victimizes other people, and then when that doesn't work, she victimizes herself for some story. Don't you have anything out? Don't you have anything good up your sleeve? Not one good thing.
I know you were about to say, don't you have something better to do? But obviously she's very busy. So, Uba. But then Uba, by the way, Uba's like, well, honey, I have 2 years right in front of you. Uba's kind of like, yeah, I know you're 38. I'm 40 and I want a kid. So
This is Bravo, honey. We're having them till 50. Like, who's the oldest to have them on Bravo? 50, right? Wasn't Kenya the oldest?
Maybe. And so I just don't remember.
You've got time. You've got time. You've got a decade. You've got a decade or more, my dear.
Yeah. Listen, if you've, I'm like, how can I make, and if you've got time to clean,
If you got time to lean, you've got time to wean.
Thank you. So then we go back to the other hot tub, and
You got time for mirth. You got time to birth.
If you've got time for idiocy, you've got time for pregnancy.
Yeah. There you go.
So Jessel is like in the hot tub. She's like, well, I think it's an emotional thing for her right now because she's like going through a whole thing, you know, kind of like when I lost my cream luggage and no one cared to help me. That's what she's going through with her having a baby. And so Rebecca's like, yeah, well, that's why I said it. And I was like, oh, wow.
Maybe she's got it in her after all. And so Rebecca goes, oh, you're so quiet, right? Everybody says to me, you're so quiet. And Jenna goes, okay, wow, here she comes. And Rebecca's like, I was giving her a little jab, but I didn't know it was going to draw blood. I mean, geez. But I will say, how does it feel, Brynn, to get a dose of your own medicine?
I loved it. Just the way she just like squinting, rage squinting. It was great. I love it. So then back at the pool, Brynn's like,
I mean, like, don't be like you don't have children yet. You don't understand something, bitch. I know everything about life.
I think you know nothing about life. So Jessel is do any of us really know about life? Do we? So Jessel is basically saying like, yeah, Brynn's pushing buttons and you know what? You're way too nice to her. And she's like, I'm just like biding my time.
So then Brynn's like,
I've lived 9 fucking lives and I still land on my feet every time. So don't like, you'll understand one day when you have children. I understand everything.
oh, poor
Okay,
kid.
relax.
So
Relax.
she's losing it to a level that's kind of hilarious because Rebecca's just not going to match it. And Brynn's like really working herself up for this huge fight. And Rebecca's just going to be like, good luck to you. You know?
Well, also, I'm sorry. I love too when someone like Brynn is like so sweaty about it, like trying so hard to start a fight all season long, and all Rebecca has to do is say one small like sharp thing, and it just causes her just to completely spiral out of control.
That's how it is. The people who are like that, you say one thing and they start fucking crying every time.
Yeah.
It's a bully. You know, you punch them back one time and it's like, oh, they hit me. So, and I speak as a bully because I do the exact same thing. Literally, and you know that that's true.
Like,
So, Jenna's like, well, you will bite back at some point. She goes, well, I think she's trying to see how long it'll take me. And she goes, well, what will it take to go off on her? So I'll tell her. So we can just get to that part in the season because this has been really long, right? God, how long is this?
She's like, I don't think it's a what, it's a when. And it'll probably happen at a Mediterranean restaurant later tonight. Okay. So now they're getting ready for dinner and everything. And, you know, the usual stuff, getting ready
for dinner, getting ready. Yeah. So then Jenna is sleeping in her bed, like kind of sitting up with her arms. She looks like a dead sitting person, basically. And so I was like, oh my God, who sleeps sitting up? You look like a vampire. Brynn's like, she looks like Johnny Cash at his own wake. She's just like sitting there.
She looks like she just had multiple procedures on her face and could not move.
Raquel has the correct answer when she's like, "We're old, and when you sleep on your face, you get wrinkles," and that's true. As you get older, your skin changes, and you should not be sleeping on your side like that. I do it, and I get wrinkles from it every time. Oh, sucks! It's so hard to sleep on your back.
I think I'll just have to have wrinkles because I love sleeping on my side. I'm a side sleeper, side ass sleeper.
But it's that the wrinkles don't make sense because it crushes your face like this, so you start getting the vertical wrinkles like this.
It's like you get the things that you want to have at the bottom of your abs, but they wind up on your forehead instead.
Just in case anyone's wondering what I look like without Botox, just like this, like
So they're at the restaurant. They order some food. Sai orders cheese. Rebecca's like, we need to order. My blood sugar is low. I don't want to puke all over this table. God, spew chunks on everything, right? It's disgusting. And Brynn's like,
her blood sugar's dropping. Does baby Becky need a bottle? I would have one of those, Becky, but I don't have kids. So sorry.
You don't get to call her baby Becky when you've spent 2 seasons talking in full toddler voice. Sorry, you lose.
For real, sexy baby. So Jessel they're talking about Jenna's sale, and they're asking if it was emotional to get rid of all those clothes. And Sai's like, that was cheap. You should have put the prices up. And Aaron's like, yeah. And she goes, it was too cheap. So Aaron's like, wait, it was cheap? And Sai's like, I mean, Met Gala looks worn by Jenna Lyons. That should have been more. Like, how much money did you raise for your teeth? And she was like, oh, for my teeth. And she goes, yeah, when you put it on social, like, that was the funniest thing. She goes, oh, yeah, well, I don't think that people realize how much my teeth cost. Like, it was like a lot. It's a lot. 7 years. Okay.
She's like, I'm still paying it off. And Brynn's like, but you just bought like a Bentley. She's like, oh, no, I didn't buy that car. They just lent it to me. They didn't ask me to do an ad or anything. They just wanted it to be on TV. They were lovely. I was like, Jenna, well, first of all, good for you for just getting a free car for a weekend. But also, like, that was like the linchpin of my argument for so many things all season long. I'm like, well, as far as I can tell, Jenna Lyons just bought a nice new Bentley, so you guys better shut up. So now I'm left with nothing now.
That was still pretty badass that they all called her poor and she showed up in a Bentley. And then it shows the Bentley and it says $250,000 scratched out, free, or loaner or something. So then Jess like, oh my God, I thought that was her Bentley, but the engagement ring, what if it's CZ?
Czechoslovakian? No, I get it. Cubic zirconium. So Aaron, then they all are like laughing, like maybe she really is poor. Ha 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 ha. So now the food's arriving. Raquel is talking about how her mom is coming to breakfast tomorrow and she hasn't seen her mom in 6 years, which is like, great. Haven't seen your mom in 6 years. And we're going to reunite on TV with a bunch of women that you sort of know, sort of don't know, but kind of are supposed to fight with.
Talk about a double whammy. Having your mom over to not only be like, what do you... But go ahead and be homophobic on national TV for everybody, Mom. Go ahead. But to do it on a Housewives show? Oh my gosh. Crazy.
So she's feeling anxious about it all and everything, understandably. And Raquel also says that her mom is going to be bringing her boyfriend. And Brynn's like,
oh, bring her boyfriend too.
She's like, oh, he's a little too old for you, Brynn.
She's like, I mean, if they're not on a ventilator, I'll take them. And so I was like, oh, God, I can't wait to go to my little room.
And Aaron's like, it's kind of cozy, you know, like somehow I ended up sharing a room. And Brynn's like,
my thing, it's just I don't like sharing.
And Aaron's like, yeah, neither do I. And so I goes,
yeah, nobody likes sharing, stupid.
Yeah, but like apparently... I mean, who do you think you are? The chicken from Moana? What a fucking stupid bird.
So Brynn's like... Sai's just been wanting to really vent about that chicken for a long time. It's been 6 years. 6 years I've had this chicken thing on my mind. You were sick about pigeons all season long. How about the chickens?
Stupid chicken. But apparently I don't understand it because I don't have kids yet. So I don't understand.
Yeah, well, you're also talking about how fun it is to be selfish, which is another thing you can't do when you have kids. Well, I mean, I guess you can at some point, but like some of that has to kind of wear off. You know what I mean? And she's just kind of making my point is she's kind of making Rebecca's point even more. She's like,
Yeah, I just don't like to share, but I guess I don't get it because I don't have kids.
you are a child. You are a fucking child. So then Erin's like, well, look, I'll tell you what she meant. She goes,
Oh, tell me then.
well, what she meant is that when you have kids and they come into your bed all night and they bother you, it's not a full sleep.
You think I get a full sleep? I have a puppy, and I have Russian billionaires calling me. Like, I have people all throughout the night.
You
Russian
might have
billionaires.
you might have earned a point with the puppy thing, but the Russian billionaires just calling you all night. Aren't you the one who got really mad about being accused of being a call
Yeah.
girl?
All
And now
night
you're like,
long. She's
why
got
would
people calling her? All men are calling her throughout the night. She can't even sleep. All these billionaires, but don't call her a call girl, guys. Don't suggest that she's being taken care of by old rich men, even though she's bragging about being up with the old rich man being bothered all night.
Rebecca does the thing that's
Literally exhausting.
Rebecca does the thing that's the real top tier thing that you're supposed to do when someone's trying to have a fight with you is that you pretend like you don't hear what they have to say, so it ruins their momentum. She's like, wait, did you say Russian breeders or Russian dealers? She's like,
Russian billionaires. Oh, you ruined the punchline.
everyone's like, oh, puppies and Russian billionaires, sure. This is where you lose, Brynn.
Well, she said billionaires, plural. Like, how many are there? And can you share the love? And Uber goes, she's full of shit. We need to give her some prune.
Brynn, you live in a one-bedroom apartment, baby. There's no Russian billionaire calling you.
Oh my God.
Which would actually be proof that Brynn is not a call girl, because if she was dealing with Russian millionaires who were paying her, I do think she would have a better place. So,
Yeah.
Brynn is like,
No, I have like developers calling me. Excuse me, turning an app. And she's like, I have shit going on all day long. And I don't need to physically have children in order to understand that it's difficult.
And so Rebecca goes, well, I guess we can just agree to disagree then. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, I got lost. 'Cause I was trying to scroll down.
Brynn goes,
Or we can agree that it was shit, what you said. Well, I think you've been saying some really shitty stuff to me since we met, so I don't think you should talk. She's like, oh yeah? So then instead of addressing those, you can just basically tell me that because I'm not a mom, I don't understand anything?
Yeah, because people don't have to follow your rules. They can be a bitch to you in their own way. They don't have to be a bitch just because you're doing it on command. It's not bitch karaoke. You don't get to just demand a fight.
mm-hmm. And bitch karaoke. So Rebecca's like, coming up next.
Fight with me about my Nordstrom rack joke. Go.
It's like, no, you don't put someone else's name on the list for bitch karaoke. Sing your own song.
So Rebecca is like, she's like, no, I literally said when you have kids, you'll understand the constant, back and forth, back and forth. Brynn's like, understand this? And then she like pushes Raquel. She's like, you're right. I can't understand that. Please enlighten me. Don't tell me that because I don't have kids. I don't understand something. I understand everything.
Great, then I don't have to explain it to you.
You don't need to explain shit to me. I'm the teacher. You're the student. You can't teach me shit, grasshopper.
You know what? You seem to thrive off of being a bully, and it needs to end.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, she doesn't say much, but she can call them pretty well. Because that is exactly what Brynn is. And she's so embarrassing right now with her Russian billionaires. I was cringing. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry it wasn't a good episode for you. I really enjoyed it because I just got like whipped into a rage over by Brynn multiple times. And
well, that did happen. That did happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, babe.
Thank you.
Everybody,
I'll go back
thanks
to
for
hating it
being
next week.
It was fun to talk about it. Listen, it's always fun to talk about it, Everybody, thanks so much for being here. We will be back next week. Go get live show tickets over at watchwhatcrappens.com. Tickets for the Crappy Awards coming up in February 1st in New York City on Broadway. And catch this video and all of our videos and bonuses on Patreon. And we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors.
Ain't no thing like Allison King.
It's always automatic with Ashley Auto.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offutt. Dana C. Dana Do.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no last namey. You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Rigging the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
We love her on the rocks. It's Melissa Cox.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Have a heck of a time with Rebecca.
The highest tally, it's Sarah McNally.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender.
She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes. It's Melissa St. Rose.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.